Good day, everyone. You are welcome back to the Digital Literacy Training Series of National Library of Nigeria. My name is Aziz Elijah Olawale, and I am a digital librarian in the Virtual Library Service Department of the National Library. Over the last few weeks, we have delved into various aspects of digital literacy. We had live sessions and practicals on Module 1, Foundation of Digital Literacy. We also have live sessions and practicals on Module 2, Wikipedia editing and formatting, as well as live sessions on creation and management of functional repository. However, if you have missed any of these sessions and practicals, you can still access them on this channel. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. So today I'll be taking you through the practicals of Module 3, which is the management and administration of content on DSpace. If you remember vividly last week that I mentioned that the first thing to do in usage of this space is installation, configuration, and branding. After which we'll move fully into the content management and administration. So today we'll be focusing entirely on content management and administration. So what then is DSpace? DSpace is an open source digital repository system that enables the creation, storage, and management of digital content such as research papers, theses, images, and other scholarly works. It provides tools for organizing content, metadata, and facilitates access control and search functionalities. This space is widely in academic and cultural institutions to build institutional repositories for preserving and disseminating digital assets. So many institutions are adopting the space because it's an open source and it's pretty easy to use. For instance, National Library of Nigeria makes use of this space for its national repository. However, what National Library uses this space for is national repository, as it's repository of other repositories. So the space is structured in an hierarchical manner, like we have the community, the sub-community, the collections, and the items. What is a community in the space? A community is a group of collection of related content, such as research papers or documents, organized around a common theme, discipline, or department within an institution. Serve as a way to structure and manage content within the space repository. Let's consider a particular example related to a university community. An external repository can be created for a university, let's say, for instance, Federal University or Ekiti. The name of the university then becomes the top level community of the institutional repository. What is sub-community? A sub-community in the space is a smaller organizational unit within the larger this space repository, often representing a department, research group, or specific collections of content. It allows for more granular organizational and management of digital resources within the space system. For instance, in the university system, as we have stated earlier, the sub-community can be the various faculties in the university, such as Faculty of Law, Faculty of Science, Faculty of Education, Faculty of Arts, and the likes. In other words, sub-communities are subdivisions of the main community, which is Federal University or Ekiti. What is a collection? In the space, a collection is a logical grouping of items, often representing a thematic or organizational unit. It provides a way to organize and present related content within the repository. In the same university setting that we have been using, the collection can be seen as the intellectual output collected and grouped together under a particular faculty. For instance, library and information science department research is a collection under the Faculty of Education, which is also a sub-community containing research outputs emanating from the Department of Library and Information Science. We can then all agree that this community structure used by the space institutional repository allows for a hierarchical organization where the university is a main community, faculties are sub-communities, and collections house specific type of content within each faculty. Researchers can deposit and access their work in the appropriate collections, providing a structured and organized digital repository for the university's scholarly output. What is submission and item? We must understand that submission is different from item. In the space, a submission refers to the process of adding content or item to the repository, while an item is the individual unit of content that is deposited or submitted, such as an article, thesis, image, or any other type of digital material. However, to submit item in a repository, they must follow some standards such as metadata. By default, this space do comes with Dublin Core, which is a type of metadata globally accepted by most libraries and information centers. Metadata are information describing an item such as title, author, date, and helping to categorize and search. Another standard to also look into is bundle, also refers to bitstream, collections of files associated with an item, allowing storage of various formats like PDF, JPEGs, and the likes. We also have original file, the unaltered primary file uploaded to this space, preserving the authenticity of the submitted content. License, legal permission, defining how others can use, share, or distribute the item, ensuring adherence to copyright and usage policies. All this being said, we can now demonstrate how to create community, sub-communities, collect collections, and submit an item in the space. To achieve this, we will be making use of the space demo site. Just log in to www.demo.thespace.org.
Okay, let us launch our browser. Click on this. Yeah, we're going to type in the URL, that is https demo.thespace.org. Okay, let's launch this. Okay, very good. So we are going to have something like this displayed. So this is the demo site for the space. You can see the space 7. The space is the world leading open source repository platform that enables organizations to easily ingest documents, audio, video, data sets, and their corresponding duplicate metadata. Now, this requires a login. It's a demo site, so you can log in as a demo site administrator, as a demo community administrator, as a demo collection administrator, and as a demo submitter. So for the purpose of this training, we are going to log in as a demo site administrator so as to have access to the full features of the demo site. Because if you are logging in as a demo community administrator, you are going to have access to limited features. You won't be able to explore the functionalities of the site very well. So now, to log in as a demo site administrator, all you need to do is just copy the corresponding email in front of the demo site administrator. Copy. However, the password for any of these login details is DSpace, all to be written in small letter. So you come to this login and paste. Then our password is DSpace. Space. Oh, sorry. Space again. Okay. So here we are. We are on the platform already, and these are the tools we'll be working with. These are the tools we'll be working with. Okay. So the first thing to do is to access the space admin interface. So here we are. This is the admin interface. This is where you're going to work. So to create a community, you click on this plus sign here, then click on community. Now let's create a top level community. For instance, we can have Federal University Oye-Ekiti. If you have a logo for that institution, you can use this. Okay, let's try to see if we can get a logo. Okay, let's see. Click on browse to get your logo. Okay, sorry. Alright, gallery. So let's see if we can get a logo. Okay, let's make use of this as our logo. Okay, now the name of our top level community is Federal University Oye-Ekiti. Federal University Oye-Ekiti. Now you can include a short description. Okay, this is the repository for the intellectual outputs of the university community. Okay, so then let's save this. Okay, successfully created. Now we have created our top level community. So the next thing to do is to establish a sub communities. Remember, you can have more than one community sub community under the top level community. It depends on your own structure. Okay, so we have Federal University Oye-Ekiti. Now let's create our sub communities. To do that, you come back to this plus sign here in the DSpace admin interface. You have this plus sign. Come here, click on new again, click on community again. But this time around, we are not going to click on create a new top level community. We are going to work on create a new community in Federal University Oye-Ekiti. Federal University Oye-Ekiti. Okay, this is the okay. So we have this. Okay, now let's see the heading. It's create a sub-community for community Federal University of Ekiti. So let's assume we have faculty of science, faculty of science. You can also give it a description, research or let's include publications from the faculty of science. Then click on save. We have successfully created the sub-community Faculty of Science under Federal University Oye Ekiti. Okay, so you can create one more sub-community. So let's do that by clicking on this plot sign at the admin interface. Click on new, click on community. So now let's create faculty of engineering or faculty of communication. So we are going to create this under Federal University Oye Ekiti. Federal University Oye Ekiti. Okay, so that's faculty of engineering. So let's create this. Save. Okay, we have successfully created another sub-community Faculty of Engineering under Federal University Oye Ekiti. So the next thing to do is to build our collections. To do that, you navigate to the admin interface again. Click on this plot sign, click on new, then click on collection. Now, so we want to create a collection under Faculty of Science. So let's search Faculty of Science. So we have Faculty of Science under Federal University Oye Ekiti. Okay, so let's name this computer science publication. Computer science publication. Okay, so let's save this. You can also describe, then you can include the copyright tests depending on the organization's rules or guideline as regard the use of that publication. You can you need to also include the entity type. Click on publication. So for the license, you can just put your email, or if you have a policy already on ground, you can just copy it and paste it here. So for now, let's just continue with save. Okay, so we have created a collection under Faculty of Science. You can create as many as possible collections under each sub community or community. Like I said, depends on the structures adopted by your organization. So we are using a university as an example. Okay, so the next thing to do is to define your workflow. Remember, I mentioned that you need to establish a workflow. The submitter, you have the editor, you have the reviewer, you have the final editor. So let's go ahead and do that. To do that, we need to come to our collection again. So let's computer. Okay, to do that, let us add persons and group. That is those that we want to be working on the platform. So to do that, let's come to this person sign here. Access control, then click on people. Click on people here. Then click on add person. So let's click on this. Now, to do this, you have to collect some details of the staff that we're working on the platform. Let's take, for instance, we have Elijah Aziz, and the email. Most importantly, it is always good when you use an official email. But if you don't have an official email, does not matter. You can use any email. So let's have Aziz Elijah Olawale at gmail.com. So we want the person to be able to log in. So we click on create. So we have created the e-person Elijah Aziz. So you can add one more person. Let's assume you have okay. So to do this, we have add one more person. We have, let's see, Ebenezer. Let's see, put 95. So let's add this person again. Let's see, put 95. It's not a valid email. Okay, there's a space at the back. Okay, successfully created the email. Let's check out what we have done. Let's check out the list of people we have added to the platform. So to do that, you come to okay. Okay, the access control, click on people. Now let's check out what we have done. Let's search for Aziz. Okay, here we have Aziz. Let's see. Okay. Let's search for Aziz. Search. Okay, so we have a return result of Elijah Aziz. Let's search for Mercy. Okay, we also have a return result of Mercy Ebenezer, so we are good to go. Now the next thing is to assign their role to them. Now to do that, we'll come back to the admin interface, click on the plus sign here, click on collection. Okay, computer science publications. Okay, so let's come to assign roles. Now remember we created our workflow. We have an administrator, we have a submitter, and we have a final editor. So now let's, for the administrator, all you need to do is to click on the DOI. A DOI was created for this administrator for us to be able to add an administrator. Okay, so we have here. So what we need to do is to add the person. Just search for the name. Let's say Aziz. Search. Okay, so we have a return result of Aziz. So let's click on this plus sign to add. So Aziz has been added as an administrator. Now let's go back to our collection. Okay, let's add Ebenezer Mercy as a submitter. Okay, so let's search for Mercy. Yeah, search. Okay, so just click on this plus sign. So what we have done now is that Aziz Elijah has been added as an administrator and Mercy has been added as a submitter. This means that Mercy has been authorized to upload articles, publications, books under computer science publication, while Aziz Ledger has full functionalities. He can add, he can remove, he can delete, he can reject any work submitted by Ebenezer Mercy, and he can also upload to the front end. Okay, so now let's add an item. Let's submit an item. Let's see how it works. Click on item. So still under computer science publication. Okay, so this is how you add an item. This is the metadata where you describe, where you have the graphic information of the material, and where you can also, where you also have bitstream to set your restriction, to set your access control. You have language, you have keywords. Okay, so let's just upload a document. So let's see if I can get one in my system. Okay, file. Okay, so let's upload. How can we upload? How can we upload? Okay, let's upload this practical module PDF. Okay. So abstracts. Before abstracts, we have we have name of the author. Name of the author is Aziz. Aziz. Elijah. Elijah. The title of the book is Practical Module. Practical Module. So year of publication is 2024. We have name of publisher, let's say National Library of Nigeria. National Library of Nigeria. We have identifier. Let's say we have an ISBN. Okay, just pick one at random. So what type of publication is it? Let's say a book. Okay, language English. So for your abstracts, you can use keywords, possibly table of content to describe your abstract. Let's say we have module. You can separate each with a colon or semicolon. You just have to be consistent once you decide on one. Let's say we have computer. So this allows for the materials to be searchable. we have library. Just okay. Now we move to description. Description is you give a brief description like an abstract of the material. Then okay, to set the accessibility, you click on this edit sign, this pen sign. Okay, so let's put access condition type. Okay, we have open access, we have list, we have embargo, and we have administrator. Open access means that it is open access documents. That means anybody can download it. List means that users can only have access to it for a particular period of time. Embargo means that they can read the abstract but they can't download the material for a particular period. Then administrator means that they need to write the administrator to have access to it. So let's just maintain our open access. So because it's in open access, so we don't need to set grant access from or grant access until. So we just click on save. Okay, so always remember to click to confirm the license and click on deposits. So it is depositing. Okay, so our work has been successfully deposited. Now, so it has been archived immediately. It was archived immediately because Aziz Elijah is an administrator, not a submitter. If Aziz Elijah is a submitter, the archived will be workflow while it awaits an editor or final editor to approve it before it can be archived. So one more important thing for you to know is to periodically review community, sub-community, and collection structure. You can add, you can remove depending on your library. Library is a growing organism, so you should also update your metadata, workflow, and access control based on the evolving need of the library, and also ensure that user roles and permissions align with your library policy. So thank you so much for your time, and I believe you have learned something today. For your assignments in your dashboard, create a community, a sub-community, collection, and assign role to two persons. Assign an administrator role and a submitter role, and also upload an item using the DSpace demo site. Screenshots, upload the screenshots on your dashboard in the Google Client platform. So thank you so much for your time, and say goodbye from here.